an NFC East battle right off the bat. It's The Coach. This is Week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, an important season is about to begin for Eli Manning. His Giants get a tough test right out of the gate as they take on the defending NFC East champs, the Dallas Cowboys. I'll be back at halftime with a look around the early games. Let's get you over to Big D. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the New York Giants. So happy to be with you, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis, and we thought it would never get here, but here we are back together. It's opening weekend of the 100th season in the NFL.
So much football to talk about. That's our main focus. But how about how much happened in the offseason? Rules changes. Overtime rules were discussed in a big way. Some superstars changed addresses. There's a whole lot to talk about in the NFL in addition to this game we're getting ready to watch.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Heading out to lead the Giants, as he's done since 2004, Eli Manning. And his hold on the job somewhat precarious coming into the year, but still, look, this is a two-time Super Bowl MVP, and the franchise's all-time leader in passing yards and touchdown passes as well.
Down. 10 logo. 54 miles. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
On first down, Manning. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. And the starting offense now for the Giants.
And everyone's going to be watching running back Saquon Barkley, the rookie sensation in 2018. He will draw all the attention now on offense with Odell Beckham Jr. now in Cleveland.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's the former number 2 pick, the Pro Bowler Saquon Barkley. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. That's something we saw over and over again in Barkley's rookie season. He had 91 catches last year, most ever by a rookie running back. Part of a fantastic rookie campaign that saw him go over 2,000 total yards. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation. Because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. And now the defense for Dallas.
Sean Lee is a linebacker with an exciting mix of tackling ability and coverage skills.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Manning going to hand it off to Barkley. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown run. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you get game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
Rosas good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So that drive, 4 plays, and it's capped off by a touchdown run from Saquon Barkley. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So here now the Cowboy offense onto the field to get their first crack at it. They'll be led out by Dak Prescott, the 135th pick of the draft back in 2016 from Mississippi State. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's the man who's led the league in rushing twice in 3 seasons, Ezekiel Elliott. Alec Ogletree in on the stop. And on this offensive unit, your thoughts on Travis Frederick?
He's a quarterback's best friend. Sets all the line calls and blocks so aggressively.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, kill. 26.
Out of the gun, it's Elliott. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. And we look now at the defense for the Giants.
Jabril Peppers, a former first-round pick of the Cleveland Browns in 2017, has returned to his home area to play for the New York Giants. He's looking for an opportunity to really shine. Sharp in returning the football on kickoffs and punts. The Giants believe he can fill the gap at safety for them.
Let's go. Hey, check 24. Check 24. Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Why? Fast. 26.
Looking to throw. Prescott. He's got his target. It's Cobb. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. An effective 7-yard third down conversion. Prescott, of course, the former fourth-round pick back in 2016, started all 48 games in his first 3 years in the NFL and now making start number 49 to kick off 2019.
Right here.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
Well, he's looking sharp right from the get-go here. Tough division. They needed this kind of a start. But I think this is part of where scripting comes in. We always hear about the scripting of plays, how they're going to be called. Everyone dress rehearses their script, and right now they're following it to a T.
And for that opening drive, so part of the script still to come, right, partner?
Yeah, no doubt about it. We've got a ways to go with that, but you can tell that they worked on the script the entire week in practice, and it's paying off for them.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason, and runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one.
I don't think you got it, son. Kill. Check 9. Check. Crunch. 26.
Now it's the Florida Atlantic alum. This is Alfred Morris. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Pass on target, Prescott to Cooper. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
A first down carry by Elliott. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Kareem Martin up to make the tackle.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Dak dropping this one off for Zeke. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain. And just like that, it's third down. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7.
Here we go again. 4-7's the mic.
Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
We're going to 54. Why? 26.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Caught left side by Cobb. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback, or maybe you tighten down on the receivers, bump them off of their routes, chip away at their timing so things aren't as precise as they've been so far in this game?
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
That's what I'm talking about.
2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball.
And that is caught. It's Witten for the Cowboy touchdown. 4 yards on the touchdown grab as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Brett Maher on for the extra point. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And New York set to take the field. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. Now Manning. It's complete to Golden Tate. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a 1st down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Now Manning on the bootleg. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Ready?
Throwing again, Manning. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Well, the spark that ignited the Cowboys-Giants rivalry goes back to 1960 when Dallas's first head coach and former New York Giants assistant Tom Landry brought his 0-10 rookie squad into Yankee Stadium. That game would finish a 31-31 tie, the only non-loss in the expansion Cowboys' first season. 6 decades later, still one of the most heated rivalries in the NFL. Heck, even Cowboys head coach Jason Garrett spent 3 seasons in a Giants uniform. And Dallas leads the overall series, including the last 4 meetings. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Manning again. Then Latimer's got it. The 20. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And the rookie Saquon Barkley, the one who finishes things off with a touchdown run. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. A reminder, coming up later tonight, the Patriots unfurl their 6 banners. They play host to their rival Steelers. And then on Monday night, it's the one weekend of the year where you get 2 games to wrap up the week. Texans and Saints from New Orleans in the early game, then Broncos and Raiders. Vic Fangio's coaching debut, and the Raiders' final season opener in Oakland. That's the late game, 10:30 Eastern. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Prescott now. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play.
3rd and inches, they just hand it to the big battering ram there. That's football 101, isn't it? That's bread and butter. Turn around and hand it to the big fella and let him get forward for a first down.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Elliott. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now Prescott. Complete to Jason Witten. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 36.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Prescott now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. They'll run with Elliott. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Uses the stiff arm. And on the left side, he's got Witten. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down. Well, we see so many good battles in the NFC East, and Cowboys and Giants, they rarely disappoint. They didn't disappoint last year. Cowboys got the better of the Giants both times. Week 2, 20-13, and then in Week 17, a thriller, 36-35. That was a game where Dak Prescott threw 4 touchdown passes. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Kid 21, kid 21. 27. Single. 26.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Throw left side complete. It's Elliott. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 25-yard line.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Here's Elliott. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
check, 47.
I don't even know why this team showed.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run as his guys have cut the lead down to 2.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And the lead is cut to 1 at 14-13. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. And he's found the end zone twice, and now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it 3 times.
And you got to figure from the defensive perspective, how has he gotten there twice? What are we going to do to keep him out for a 3rd time? How do we tighten things down? Because he and his offensive mates, they are really in sync right now.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Off the edge, it's Tyrone Crawford with a sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here's Manning to throw. Out to the right here to Shepard. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Recon, 132 fighter. Under 10.
On 3rd and long, it's Manning. And Ingram hauls it in. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. A little bit of daylight on that 1st down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Working from the gun, Manning. It's caught, Shepard. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 44-yard line.
Here we go. General West, 60 or.
Manning now on 1st down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Throw over the middle into the hands of the tight end, Ellison. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. The Giants on 3rd down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This will be 3rd and 5. Manning. This is Shepard on the catch. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Now the Pro Bowl kicker, Aldrich Rosas. Last year, he hit one from 57. They'll spot it at the 40. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And the gamble fails. It's incomplete. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. And the Cowboys defense is going to get him the football back. And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. It gets it over the middle to Cobb. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
30. Who that? Hey, tight end's running. Go 47. 3 down. Hey, check. 26.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. And he finds a man with a crossing route. A well-executed 22-yard gain. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly, where it was the Redskins who were victorious in that one on the road. Case Keenum with 3 touchdown passes in the Week 1 victory. From there, let's get over to Arizona to check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. And they trail the visiting Lions in that one. The Lions still in a dogfight, but this would be a good victory for them if they could get it. In our game, it's been the play of Eli Manning that's been the story so far. His guys lead, though, by only a point. It's been a tight one. As for the start of the 3rd quarter, we'll send it back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is fielded at the goal line. They juked him. Meanwhile, in Los Angeles, an update from there. It's the Colts in that one that have grabbed the early lead. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. A pretty good-looking run there on 1st down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 40 at the 40-yard line.
From the 40 now on second down. Prescott, incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's third down. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll turn to the power game at Olawale. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return, and it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, "Listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
defense,
we
got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game." Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. It's brought in left side by Tate. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 39-yard line.
It's hauled in by Shepard. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
Right there, 54 Mike. I got you, son.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Manning. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Well, 3rd down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. And now here come the Cowboys. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appered to be a case of see ball, get ball.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Prescott. And this is going to be incomplete.
But there was no trace of nervousness there. He was able to diagnose that play from his linebacker position, stay in excellent coverage, and bat the ball away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Prescott from the gun. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
I'm coming back.
You think back to last year, Dak Prescott was sacked 56 times, 2nd most in the league behind Deshaun Watson of the Texans. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. It'll be a 48-yard punt, 5 there on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And New York set to take the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Wow,
the big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle. Again, it's Barkley. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle. From the gun on third down, Manning. And Tate's got it. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a giant first down on a gain of 16. Manning now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Faking the give to Barkley. Now Manning. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Manning to Barkley on the draw play. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. Throwing on 3rd and long. Manning. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Ezekiel Elliott gets ready to go again here on offense as he shuffles onto the field. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
A run there on first down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. Tackle made by Antoine Bethea.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
6 man.
Elliott. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards there and a first down. Always a lot of great storylines when the Giants and Cowboys get together. And, of course, one everybody was buzzing about, the great young running back Zeke and Saquon, who finished 1-2 in the NFL in rushing last year. And down on the field before the game, you see those guys talking. You realize how big they are. Zeke at 228 pounds, Saquon 233 pounds. A bright future in the backfield for both of these franchises. Now Elliott. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Arlington. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the fourth. Last year, Dak Prescott had 3 fourth-quarter comebacks, and he's in search of another one right now. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. Now Elliott. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
2nd down and goal. Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Blake Jarwin there to make the grab. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
All right, so the Cowboys will go for 2 here. They'll let Elliott try and run it in. And he is not going to make it. So they won't be able to move this lead up to a touchdown as it'll remain a 5-point ball game. So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for 2?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
And New York set to take the field. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps you.
Now Barkley stripped of the football.
That's where you belong.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
61, matchbox, light, hit it.
Now Saquon Barkley. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll make this a 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Throwing is Manning. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 39. Eli Manning, what a fixture he has been for the Giants organization, making his 15th opening day start in this game, going all the way back to 2005. Of course, the question, will this be his last opening day start for the 38-year-old quarterback? The Giants drafting Daniel Jones out of Duke, 6th overall in the 2019 draft. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. To throw again, Manning. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. Here's Riley Dixon now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line.
Check, 47. Squeeze, double.
A 20th carry here for Elliott. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell them to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Antoine Bethea, the leading tackler among NFL safeties last year, in on the tackle again there. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Tighten up. Pull it together. Quick the edge. Go.
From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Now it's Tate.
We play to win. Let's go.
So Manning and the Giants down by 5, 2:07 remaining. This is only week 1 of the season, folks. Get strapped in as they come up here 1st and 10. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Shepard. 15 yards on the play. First down. A lot of people thinking that this could be a good year for Sterling Shepard to step out of the shadows of Odell Beckham Jr. But a season ago, pretty good for Sterling Shepard. 66 receptions, 872 yards, and now hoping for a 1,000-yard campaign in 2019. Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
Oh, I know it goes.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Ready? 90, Wolf.
Single.
Topper.
Back to throw. And that will be incomplete. Two huge plays there down the stretch. The sack on second down. Now they force the incompletion. That's going to lead to a do-or-die fourth down.
And they look like they've got the confidence right now that no matter what gets thrown against them, whatever play gets run, they have the ability to shut it down. They're just brimming with it right now.
And down by 5. They've got to go for it here on fourth down.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got, Heavy?
Manning indeed going for it on fourth. He's going to let it fly. He's got it at the 15. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Back to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Evan Ingram, the tight end. That'll bring up second down. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off two huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go band of brothers thought process. No one left behind, no pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
And he'll get into the end zone as the two-point conversion is successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now it's the Cowboys' turn, trailing by 3 after the touchdown and two-point conversion. A little over 40 seconds to go. He's back to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The veteran safety Antoine Bethea there on the defensive coverage. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Prescott to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. 3rd and long coming up defensively. You pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
Face mask. Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock.
Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up. Here go 46. 47's the mic. 47's the mic. Big
Prescott. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Cobb. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Here we go. Mike 47. You're not ready. You're not ready. Shit. Then we're going to 53. Shit. Watch safety creep. Watch safety. Let's go. Come on. 26.
On first down, Elliott. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Automatic first down.
They come out here in the eye. So now then the penalty's got them set up with a first and goal.
Kill.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
What would you do?
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely I take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
Let's see if they are in line with Charles Davis. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
We got this.
New York set to take the field. Set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Tate. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. As a fan of the NFL, for an opener, you can't ask for much more than this overtime in Week 1.
I know it's hard to believe that some people may not have been watching our game, but I'll bet through social media they found out this one was snug and getting into overtime, and they flipped over here in a hurry. This is fantastic. If you're a fan of ball, you love these types of games.
In need of a 3rd and 10 conversion to keep this opening drive of OT alive. From the gun, it's Manning. And Ingram hauls it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Now it's Barkley. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
From the 41, Manning throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Evan Ingram was the intended target, and it's 3rd and short. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
We got 4.
They fake the handoff. Now Manning. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And my, how the tables have turned. They had a chance inside the red zone, punch that thing in and end it. Now we're going the other way.
And it's real easy to just look at them and say, boy, what an error, what a mistake you made. But how about the defense coming up huge? Let's give them a little bit of credit, keeping their team in the game, because if they score a touchdown there, it's game over.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Now part 1 is done, now part 2. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. A run on 1st down, but it's not going to get them much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his 2nd rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. They go to Elliott again. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
47 is the mic. Drop deep, drop deep. Check. 46.
And what can Prescott do in the OT? And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Cooper was the target there. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run with Barkley. Jeff Heath, the one to bring him down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On the ready.
2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied.
Ready up. 6-6. Pull it high. 54. Better bring it. You better.
They'll run it again with Barkley. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Here we go. 18 Gator. 5.
They'll go to Barkley again. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. And I know you with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. But we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goal is from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
So for the Giants, they needed overtime to do it, but they get the Week 1 victory thanks to the field goal. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Dallas, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.